Hello again everybody, and welcome to Il-2 Sturmovik Cliffs of Dover. This is a sim that I've had on my computer forever and ever. I've just never sat down and actually seriously flown a mission in it. There's still a lot that I don't know about it, and that's what I'm going to try to figure out right here. This is sort of a prelude to a campaign I'm going to be flying in the BF-109, which we'll talk about at some point, but for now I just want to get familiar with the simulation and make sure that I know what I'm doing before I really get serious about flying missions in it. I'm going to be using the Team Fusion. This is version 4.3.12 patch or modification to this, and by all accounts the base game without this modification is unplayable. Well, that's probably an exaggeration, but that's the general consensus that you get when you read and talk to people about Cliffs of Dover nowadays. So I'll have a link to that in the video description. And I realize I'm a little bit late to the party on the whole Cliffs of Dover thing. A lot of you are absolute experts on the interface, experts on exactly how the simulation engine works and how the missions go. So go easy on me, although I am looking forward to your feedback and your recommendations here. And if you're a new player to Cliffs of Dover like me, well, that's why I'm including this, so that you can follow along as I evaluate the simulation, see if this is something that I'm really interested in getting into, and as I figure stuff out here, you can figure stuff out as well. That's why I do these series. So at this point, I've already taken a few aircraft up and flown around just enough to get the controls mapped, so there shouldn't be a whole lot for me to go back and do here other than the occasional very specific control that I need to map for individual aircraft. I have on the realism settings everything pretty much maxed out with the exception of outside views. I am going to include some external views as we get into the mission so you can see with a better vantage point than I'll be able to show from the cockpit a little bit more about what's going on. And the video settings, I have everything completely maxed out, so we'll see how this goes and see what kind of performance we get, and you can see my system specs down in the video description at the bottom if you're interested. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into something and start to get a feel for the simulation. Now I'm going to go to one of the quick missions to begin with, and I'm going to pick one that's going to put me in a German aircraft, preferably the BF-109, in an air-to-ground type role. So let me search a little bit for the perfect mission. I'll be right back. So I'm going to go with this one. It's a German attack on an airfield. It is 4 German flights. I have BF-109s, BF-110s, Junkers 87s, and Junkers 88s up against Hurricanes and Spitfires. So this is exactly what I was looking for, with the exception of I wanted to take one of the Javo variants of the BF-109 up. So I'm going to double click and I'm going to select the BF-109 E4/B. So this should give me fighter cover on this mission with the BF-109 E3s protecting me from the fighters, and then I'll just go in there, drop the bombs on the airfield, and then maybe climb back up and get into the mix for air-to-air afterwards. We'll have to see how that goes. So I've got this one selected, so this is going to be the aircraft that I fly. The time is going to be 7:45. Weather, medium clouds. Let me see, I can go clear, light clouds, or medium clouds. Let's go light clouds on this one. Altitude 1500. I'm assuming that, yeah, that has to be meters. That's all that would make sense there. And let's go ahead and see where this takes us. Okay, it takes us to a briefing screen. So Axis Bombers briefing. There's our target straight ahead. Attack the enemy airfield and return to base. Watch out for enemy fighters. We have a map. I like the map, and we'll see also when we get into the aircraft that the interface as far as the maps that we get and the way that we can use it in the cockpit is just great. I love it. Well, I might be speaking too soon here. Since I have all the realism options enabled, I don't think I'm going to be even on the briefing screen right here. It's not going to show me exactly where my target is, or it doesn't even tell me in the text where my base is. So it doesn't matter. I'll just fly back across the coast, assuming I survive and land on one of these fields. Now, player plane, we have some options we can get into right here. So yeah, that's neat. We can see exactly what's going on. Visual weathering, can turn that up or down. Yeah, I'll leave that all the way up. And this is what I wanted to get into, the loadout. So from what I can see here, okay, we're a little bit heavy. We have too much weight on the aircraft. Can I... Well, I don't seem to be able to do anything with the slider. Maybe I'm just not doing it correctly. And I don't seem to be able to make any changes or figure out how to make any changes to the weapons loads. Now, okay, we can do something here with the guns. We have all these different types of ammunition. I was reading up on a lot of these earlier in Chuck Owl's guide to Illusion 2, and I'll have a link to that also in the video description. But all the different types of ammunition here have different effects. Some are a little bit better at piercing armor. Some of them have different amounts of high explosives in them. Some of them are incendiary. So yeah, like for example, the Phosphor Mitstalker, and I'm thinking that's an incendiary round. That's just my wild guess based on Phosphor. But yeah, I'll have to read up on more of these, and we'll get into that kind of detail once we get into the campaign, I'm sure. Then we get into the bomb load. Now, for an airfield attack, I would want something like the SC-50, a smaller 50-kilogram bomb, so that when it explodes on the ground, I'm not going to worry as much about how close I am because it's got a lower amount of high explosive, and I can release these from a slightly lower altitude. But I think I'm going to not be able to change anything as far as the loadout in one of these quick missions. Maybe that's something you can only do in one of the other types of missions, but hey, that's what we're here to figure out. So, whatever. I'll take whatever it gives me, and we'll check and see what our actual loadout is once we get into the air. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so starting out in the air, we've got some Spitfires at 11 o'clock, 240 for 7. I've got the rest of my flights out there to the left. I've got, hey, it looks like my flight out there, 2, 3, and 4. So let's go ahead and see what we're doing here. What kind of a loadout did it give me? Let me go to the external real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm just guns only. Okay, Spitfires, I'm going to ignore them and go for the airfield. That's what my fighter cover is there for. So let's go ahead and pull the throttle on in slightly. Now, let me go ahead and start to get things set up here. Now, gotta pay attention to my oil and water temperatures. Increase the illumination of my gun sight so I can see it, and keep an eye out to my 6. Make sure these guys don't come back around on me. Okay, so here's the target out there. I've got some bombers, it looks like, down there, and some smaller fighters. I'm just going to roll in on this airfield and attack. Now, let me go ahead and see if I see how the radio works. I know you go to tab, and it looks like, okay, recipient. Okay, 2, I want you, no, I'll have the entire flight go in, so 6. Targets? 5? God, this just takes too long. I hope there's some kind of like a little quick key command I can go through to do this sort of thing in the future. Okay, all fighters are bombers. No, I want you to attack an airfield. I want you to attack these targets. Can I not do that? Let me just go to all, and hopefully they'll follow me in. Now, okay, so we're going to be lined up on these guys. Let me just come around and I'll strafe them. I think it's already set up as far as which position, so all I need to do now is just roll in and strafe. Got some aircraft out there just in front of me. That's just fine. Okay, coming in, good alignment here. Okay, taking some fire. That was some flak hitting me. Okay, a little rudder. Okay, a little long on those. Okay, good hits on that one, pulling off. Oh, throttle now, throttle settings. How am I looking there? Okay, that's 1200 that I'm at right there. Got a little quick reference up here on my monitor. Okay, for combat, 5 minutes, I can go up to 1.35, so... Okay, just getting a feel for where that's at on my throttle in the real world. Looks like something's smoking. Okay, got some good hits on that one bomber. I'm just going to roll in. I don't want to be too predictable with this. Okay, flak coming at me. I can see the blue tracers, so let me go... I got some more in a line over here, so let me roll straight back in. And I wonder what the rest of my flight is doing right now. I don't think they're... Unless that's them right there. Look like one of ours at least. Okay, throttle in slightly. I've got some forward stick. I'll need to get a better feel for the trim in this aircraft at some point. Okay, a little rudder. Okay, not bad. Okay, too low. Off left. Okay, so... Oh, wow, got 2 kills on that one. Boy, those HE rounds are not... they're no joke. Okay, so got some craters out there from where the bombers hit, and still looking around for anything coming specifically after me. How's my engine looking? How's my temperatures? Okay, I've got maxes of 100 and 105. 100 for the water, which is on the right. I'm about 90. 105 for the oil, which is on the left. That's about 95. That's fine. Oh, wow. Black coming up at me. Boy, this is... it's visually, it's a beautiful, beautiful sim. Okay, so let's see here. I'm kind of in a bad alignment. Do I have anything else that I can take out in there? I've got a couple of aircraft taxiing. Spitfires, maybe? Let me zoom in. Yeah, Spitfires taxiing. Okay, those are good targets. I'm going to come around, line up on them. This will be my last strafing run before I head back out, I think. God, let me keep moving around here, not be predictable for those flight gunners. Okay, got the blue ones coming up. I can see the emplacement right there just by the trees. Oh, this is going to be hairy coming down on this one. Okay, so I'm going to line up. I'm going to try to strafe the last two in the line there. It's a little bit too much of an angle to get that first one, and I don't like the other one turning away from me. Okay, a little bit of rudder, blend it in. Okay, out of the HE rounds, that's fine though, off. Okay, he's still taxiing. Let me just pop straight back around and get those two. Actually, let me get the lead aircraft and see if I can... Okay, that one's going off the runway. Let me get the lead aircraft. That's the one I want to take out. That'll hopefully create a bottleneck. And this will be my last run, and I'll quit pushing my luck with that flak that I can see coming up at me. Okay. Up. Lead him a little. Rudder. Oh, come on. I can do better than that. Way too... Push that one way too low. Okay, I'm pushing my luck here. I'm taking some flak hits. How's my engine doing? Okay, still just fine. Just fine. I think I've got my... Okay, I'm off. I'm going to head back across the channel at this point. Okay, flak. Let's brake. Boy, that's got some serious range on it. I wonder... I've got to look and see what kind of... I'm not nearly... Okay, there's one of those guys getting airborne. Is it not? Or is that one of mine? That is one of mine. Yellowtail 109. Oh, he went in. That's one of my guys getting hit. Sorry, dude. I didn't see any of my guys attacking the airfield, and I didn't see any... God, so much flak. Okay, off the left. Let me get across the channel. Let me see which way I'm even going here. I'm going due east. I want to be heading south and east, so let's come on around to 150. And let's get the map up. Okay, contact off my nose. Nothing else that I can see, just one contact off my nose. Too far out to get an ID. Okay, map. And I love this part, so... Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at. It didn't really tell me in the briefing. I would have assumed up here, around the Dover, in the Dover area. So let me just take it... If I fly in this direction, I'll be fine. Actually, I can look around a little bit more and tell more about where I'm at. Yeah, I'm over... Yeah, I think it was Ramsgate and... What's the other one by Ramsgate? Ramsgate and Manston. I think I was on Manston there. Because if I look right, I've got the cliffs out there. Yeah, so I'm right here. So I need to fly... Yeah, I'll take it down southeast, and I'll run into Calais at some point if I fly this heading. Actually, I can bring it around left to 150 and be just fine. Boy, look at that water. Those are some of the best water effects that I've ever seen. Okay, let's... Okay, I've got to get used to the gyro compass. Okay, yeah, these always mess me up because it's... I look and see, okay, 150 is still the left, so I think I need to bank left, but it's really the opposite. So, one of those little idiosyncrasies of World War II aircraft and the way the gyro compass works. Yeah, I'll just take it down one of these airfields around Calais. Doesn't matter which one I wanna go for, and I can see the coast coming up out there. Okay, let me ditch the map real quick. And I love the map. I love how that works, and the well, just the way that it gives you the info that you need right there. Okay, 2 contacts out there over the over the water. Looking around, I need to hide my cursor, and I don't see anything else. And that includes, unfortunately, my flight. Now, communications. Let's see. I need to... There's got to be something I was missing back there. I didn't see any options for any kind of like a ground attack. I have air targets. I have mission, but mission is kind of grayed out, or it just doesn't do anything for me. Navigation, ground control. So I need to read up, I guess, on how the comms works. I think that might have been all that I get. Maybe it just doesn't give me the ability to do it, other than maybe in mission once I'm in a... Or maybe it's just by aircraft type. Maybe since I'm in a fighter, maybe it's not giving me those kinds of options, and maybe it will in a bomber. I don't know. But, can I even... Let me see, if I go to navigation, can I even have them... Is there anything like a rejoin formation type thing? Well, I'll give them a formation command. I just want them to join back up, since I don't see them. That's assuming they're even still out there. But, okay, so more work to do on that. That's fine. Now, temperatures are still looking good. Fuel state, still looking just fine. A little over about, 2301. Yeah, okay, that confused me there for a second. 230 liters is what I have remaining. But folks, I'm going to take a break right here and come back next time with the remainder of this mission. I'll probably do one or two more of these little mini missions before getting into the campaign, so I can figure out a little bit more about how things work. So if you are enjoying these and if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and please hit the like button. That ensures that more people get to see the video and that they know it's worth watching. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.